Hello, good day. Today, we will discuss about the dynamic equilibrium in translation analyzed as a rigid body. By the way, I'm Precious Nicole Araujo and I'm the first reporter of our group. Before we proceed to our main discussion, let's define the core terms first. Many people think equilibrium only means something is standing still, but there are actually two distinct types, the static and dynamic equilibrium. Since may background naman na tayo about static equilibrium, aalamin natin yung difference niya sa dynamic equilibrium. Well, obvious naman 'di ba sa term pa lang, malalaman mo na yung difference nila. But anyways, static equilibrium describes an object that is completely stationary. In this state, lahat ng applied forces and opposing forces balance perfectly. So, walang movement at all and walang tendency to start moving. For example, is a parked truck or a heavy concrete block resting on the floor. While yung dynamic equilibrium describes an object that keeps moving in a steady way. Ganun din dito, lahat ng forces ay nagbabalance exactly, pero the object travels with constant speed in an unchanging direction. Kagaya ng car running at fixed cruise control or yung elevator moving smoothly between floors. So, from a more detailed perspective, yung dynamic equilibrium is a balanced state where the vector sum of all applied and resistant forces equals zero. It is written as summation of forces is equal to zero. Yung result nito is in zero acceleration, pero yung velocity is nagsistay as constant, meaning to say, the object keeps moving steadily. Hindi siya nagsispeed up, hindi rin nagsislow down or drifting sideways. Think of it as moving in perfect balance, unlike yung common misconception that equilibrium means stop. Then, translation means every single point in the rigid body follows identical and perfectly parallel straight paths. Dito, yung shape ng object ay hindi nagbebend, hindi rin nagtitwist, and hindi rin nagtitilts. The angle between any two marked lines stay exactly the same. So, bali yung angular velocity and angular acceleration ay parehong zero. Kumbaga, when moving fast, the whole object shifts rather than spins. So, anong connection ng dalawa? Sabi nga dyan sa slide, the specific condition where pure translation continues unchanged because all applied and opposing forces balance exactly. With no net force along any axis, acceleration stays zero and steady straight line motion is maintained. Sinasabi lang dyan na it combines both pure rotation, free motion, and fully balanced forces. Nagmamatter ito kasi it lets us use the same equilibrium math we learned for stationary buildings and beams. Pero, ina-apply na siya sa mga moving systems like yung vehicles, lifts, or mga conveyors. Ngayon naman, pag-usapan natin yung pinagkaiba ng particle-based analysis sa rigid body analysis. So, sa particle-based analysis, nasisimplify yung whole object to one tiny point at the center of gravity, or yung CG na tinatawag. It assumes every force acts exactly at the center of gravity, so moments never happen. Pwede natin to i-apply sa mga simple problems like yung box, sliding straight on flat ground, maliban na lang kapag pinush mo siya near the top, pull at an angle or load unevenly. Hindi nito na-predict yung tipping or how weight shifts between wheels or supports. On the other hand, rigid body analysis, yung focus natin ngayon, keeps the object's real width, height, and shape, and marks exactly where each force is applied, such as yung height of a push, friction at floor level, or where a cable attaches. Kinakalculate dito yung moments created by these offset forces, showing, for example, that pushing high enough results in a non-zero moment sum that makes the object rotate or tip. That's why yung approach na to lets us solve practical unknowns, such as yung mga maximum safe pushing height before tipping, or how much the normal force shifts forward during acceleration. So, sa engineering reality, yung mga real structures and machines behave as rigid bodies. So, yung method na to produces safe, accurate results that meet standard design codes. Ngayon naman is yung principles. So, pure translation became a principle kasi it's the simplest way a rigid body moves. All parts go straight and parallel. Walang umiikot at walang tumatagilid. The velocity and acceleration are the same everywhere. So, hindi na complicated mag-compute. Rule is simple. As long as angular velocity and acceleration stay zero, motion remains purely translational. So, madaling i-separate yung linear movement from turning effects sa analysis. And then, true dynamic equilibrium became a principle dahil it adds balance rules para predictable ang steady motion. Based pa rin ito sa pure translation, pero requires that total forces and turning moments are both zero. Kumbaga, sinasabi lang dito na kapag walang extra push, walang speeding up or slowing down. Or, no turning force means no rotation. These simple rules form a clear guide na magagamit sa kahit anong moving rigid body problems. Now, let's talk about the relevant theories, starting with the most basic idea. Newton's first law of motion or yung inertia explains kung paano talaga gumalaw ang mga bagay naturally. It tells us that any moving thing will keep going straight at the same speed unless something pushes or pulls it to change. Sa equilibrium, this means kapag perfectly balanced daw yung mga forces, yung motion is nagsistay steady in ideal conditions. Just like kung paano nagsistay at cruise speed yung isang car when push and drag cancel each other out. Moving deeper into how motion changes, this law or Newton's second law of motion connects how hard you push to how much it speeds up or slows down. Ibig sabihin lang dito, when total push or pull is equals to zero, yung acceleration also becomes zero. Or para mas madali niyong maintindihan, ito yung alam naman nating summation of F equals to mass times acceleration. Ngayon, malinaw na sinasabi dito na kapag balance exactly yung forces, the speed and direction never change, forming the solid foundation for all equilibrium rules we use in analysis. And then, bukod sa Newton's law of motion, mayroon ding tinatawag na D'Alembert's principle, wherein this principle bridges the gap between moving and stationary problems. Ini-introduce nito yung mga simple tricks na treat the object's natural resistance to speeding up or slowing down like an extra force acting backwards. Once you add this imaginary force called the reverse effective force or yung REF, accelerating bodies act just like they are in static balance. Yung REF, kilala siya as equilibrant force of the resultant force. Tinatawag din siyang inertia forces of the particles. So, yung REF and the resultant force are equal in magnitude, but opposite in direction and both act through the body's center of gravity. Meaning, yung REF is always directed exactly opposite the acceleration. In formula terms, since resultant force comes from weight, gravity, and acceleration, we get REF equals to W over G times A, where W is weight, G is gravitational acceleration, and A is linear acceleration. Bali, ito yun. Meron tayong car. Tapos, may weight siya. May forces vertical and horizontal. Tas yung galaw niya pa right side. So, acceleration pa right din. So, sinsabi yung REF opposite ng acceleration, edi dito siya pa left. Tama? Yung REF pala, equals din siya sa R. So, REF equals R. And then yung R na yan, equals siya sa W over G times A. Same siya sa analysis of particles, wherein in-equate natin siya sa summation of forces with respect to the axis of motion. So, dito, since with respect siya sa x-axis, edi magiging summation of Fx equals to W over G times A. Same din naman kapag vertical, edi summation of Fy equals to W over G times A. Ganun lang siya. Pero, yung equation na yan is just motion law. So, ang gagawin natin is kukunin yung forces horizontal. Kuwari, ito lahat. So, kasama na dyan yung REF. Since pa left, edi negative, and then equate to zero. So, dito, mapuprove na dynamic equilibrium siya. So, sabi nga dyan sa slide, by having an REF to the system can now be analyzed using dynamic equilibrium, summation of Fy equals to 0, summation of Fx equals to 0, and summation of moment equals to 0. So, here's the steps and formulas. Una is to draw the free body diagram or the FBD. Second is to solve for the REF or yung W over G times A kapag hindi pa siya given And then lastly is to use dynamic equilibrium equations or yung summation of FV equals to 0, summation of FH equals to 0, and summation of M equals to 0, wherein ayun yung vertical, horizontal, and moment. So ayun, nagigets ba? Para mas magets natin, mag-solve tayo ng mga problems. Okay, so sample problem 1. So basahin muna natin yung situation. Ang sabi dyan, a rectangular block weighs 50 kg, measures 1 meters long and 0.80 meters high, and accelerates rightward on level ground. Its center of gravity lies exactly at the middle, 0.50 meters from each side and 0.40 meters above the base. A horizontal pull of 260 Newton acts at height 0.50 meters. Determine the reversed effective force or the REF, friction force, and normal reaction. So, first and foremost, isulat muna natin yung mga given and unknowns. So, sa problem, nabanggit naman yung weight ng block, which is 50 kg. And then, i-convert natin siya into Newton. So, multiply by 9.81 equals to 490.5 Newtons. And then, nabanggit din yung sizes ng block, which are yung 1 meters long and then 0.80 meters high. And then, yung pull na 260 Newton with a height of 0.50 meters. And then, yung unknown na, which are yung REF, friction, and yung normal reaction. So, bago tayo makapag-solve, kailangan muna natin i-drawing yung free body diagram niya para mas ma-visualize natin yung sinasabi ng problem. So, ayan. Mag-drawing tayo ng block na nasa level ground. So, yung block na to, meron siyang weight na downward, which is 490.5 newtons. And then, meron tayong normal reaction na upward. Given din dito yung pull na 260 newtons, which is pa-right, kasi yung acceleration pa-right din. So, itong pull na to, hindi siya nakagitna kasi above center of gravity siya kasi nakalagay dyan, di ba, 0.50 meters yung height niya. And then, meron tayong friction na pa-left and meron ding REF na pa-left kasi salungat siya sa acceleration. So, ayan, 0.50 meters yung height ng pool and then may matitirang 0.30 kasi, di ba, 0.80 meters high siya. And then, nasa gitna yung weight, so 0.50 tsaka 0.50 magkabilaan kasi 1 meters long, di ba? And then, itong REF, nasa gitna siya, so tig 0.40 sila. And then, ayan, pwede na tayo mag-solve. So, ang unang hinahanap dito ay yung reversed effective force or yung REF. So, pwede natin gamitin dito yung summation of moment sa left side. So, 260 times 0.50 meters minus yung REF kasi pa left times 0.40 minus 490.5 times 0.50 equals to 0. And then, ayan, REF equals to 288.13 newtons. And then, pwede na natin makuha yung sunod, which is yung friction force. So, pwede natin siya makuha by using the summation of forces horizontal or yung summation of Fx equals to 0. So, assume natin na to the right is positive. So, 260 minus 288.13 minus yung friction na unknown equals to 0. So, lipat-lipat lang natin. So, friction is equals to 28.13 newtons. And then, lastly, yung normal reaction. So, ito, pwedeng-pwede natin siyang makuha kasi, diba, dalawa lang naman yung given na vertical forces. So, assume na lang natin na upward is positive. So, yung N, ima-minus natin siya sa 490.5 na weight equals to 0 and then lipat lang. So, N is equals to 490.5 newtons. So, ayan lang yun. Let's proceed na sa sample problem number 2.
For problem number 2, a uniform square block has a mass of 15 kg, is connected with a wire to another uniform square block, twice as the mass of the first and of the same material, as shown in the figure. Load P is applied to the 15 kg block to make it traverse a certain distance. The coefficient of friction of the big block is 1.5 and 0.75 for the small block. Calculate the tension and REF. So first, i-analyze muna natin yung question. Ang sabi dyan, yung first na uniform square block, ang mass niya is 15 kg. Then yung second block is twice as the mass of the first block. So, magkakaroon tayo ng equation. Let's say, ang symbol ng first block natin is MS. And then, ang symbol ng second block natin ay MB for the mass equation. So, ang magiging equation natin dyan is mass ng small block times 2 is equals sa mass ng big block. So, ang mass ng small block natin is 15. So, times 2 is equals to 30 kg. So ang mass ng big block or na second block natin is 30 kg. So, after nun, ang kasunod ng analyzation natin is mababasa natin dito, merong load P na applied sa 15 kg block. So, ang 15 kg block natin ay ang small block, which is yung first block then also. So, doon to in-apply yung load na P. And then, ang coefficient of friction ng block is 1.5 and 0.75 for the small block. So, pinapahanap ang tension and REF. After natin mag-analyze, ililist na natin ang given or para mas maging clear lang. Ang magiging symbol ng first block natin o ang smaller block is B1 and ang second block naman natin ay B2. So, meron tayong mga mass which are yung B1 is 15 kg, ang B2 is 30 kg, which is nakuha natin kanina sa analyzation natin, and ang coefficient of frictions natin ay 0.75 for smaller block, and for the big block is 1.5. Meron din tayong given na angle, 18 degrees sa load P, ayan kung makikita nyo, and 25 degrees sa connecting wire. Ang next natin gagawin ay yung FPT. So, FPT ng kada object. Unahin muna natin yung FPT ng block S or ang smaller block. Makikita natin dyan na may tension ng wire na pa-left, may 25 degrees. And then, meron ding load P na papunta sa right na may 18 degrees. So, dahil pa right yung direction ng load P, so ang magiging movement din is pa-right din. So, ang acceleration nun is also pa-right. Same direction with the load P. Frictional force naman is opposite ng movement ng object. So, pa-left yon. And then, makikita rin natin dyan yung weight ng mismong block, which is pa-down. And then, yung normal force naman is pataas. And syempre, yung ref na nasa center of mass na pa-left or opposite ng movement ng object. Dahil ang load ay pupunta sa kanan, so ang movement ng object is pa-right. Ang ref ay magiging pa-left, so opposite ng movement. Ayan. Pwede na tayong gumawa ng mga equation using summation of forces. So first, summation of forces horizontal equals to 0. Right direction positive. So, P, dahil ang angle ng P ay nakakabit sa horizontal, ayun ay magiging cosine. So, P cosine 18 degrees. Positive yun kasi pa right. So, P cos 18 degrees. And then, dahil pa left naman ang tension ng wire, so minus T. Nasa horizontal din nakakabit ang angle ng 25 degrees. So, cosine din. Minus T cosine 25 degrees minus frictional force dahil pa-left din siya. Then, minus REF dahil pa-left din siya. Dahil opposite nga. Equals to 0. So, ayan, meron na tayong equation number 1. For summation of forces vertical naman, ang P natin, ang kanyang vertical force is pataas. So, positive siya. So, P sine 18 degrees. Ang T naman natin or ang tension ng wire, ang vertical force niya is pataas. So, plus T sine 25 degrees. Meron din tayong normal force na pataas din. So, plus din, plus normal force minus yung weight ng ating block, which is pababa. So, minus nga. Dahil mass ang binigay sa atin, which is yung 15 kilogram, times natin siya na 9.81 meter per second. Kasi, mass lang yun. So, para maging weight, times natin ng 9.81 meter per second squared. So, wala nang ibang nag-act na force sa vertical. So, equals na natin to sa 0. Ang P natin is 1 kilonewton. Pwede, i-convert natin sa Newton, which is 1,000 Newton. Sine 18 degrees plus T sine 25 degrees plus normal force minus 147.15 na weight nung ating block and equals to 0. Bago natin siya i-finalize as equation 2, pwede na nating ilabas ang iba at iiwan natin ang normal force. So, ito ay magiging normal force is equals to 1,000 sine 18 degrees minus 147.15 plus T sine 25 degrees. Ayun ang ating equation 2. And then, pwede na nating i-substitute ang equation 2 sa equation 1. But first, if naalala nyo ang friction is equals to mu times normal force. So, dahil nasa equation 1 natin yung friction, so pwede nating i-substitute ang equation 2 natin doon, which is yung n kanina, which is yung 1,000 sine 80 degrees minus 147.15 plus T sine 25 degrees. So, ipasok natin yon sa equation 1. Magiging equation natin ay P cosine 18 degrees minus T cosine 25 minus mu times 1,000 sine 18 degrees minus 147.15 plus T sine 25 degrees minus REF equals to 0. Ayan. So, pwede nating isa-isahin na yan. Ita-times muna. And then, pag na-compute na natin tong na ita-times, ang makukuha natin sa dulo is REF is equals to 829.6563 minus T sine 25 degrees T cosine cosine 25 degrees minus 0.75 T sine 25 degrees. So, ayan yung ating final equation for the FPD ng small block natin. Dito naman tayo sa FBD ng block B. Pa-write ang tension or ang tension na hila sa wire ng mismong block. So, ang magiging acceleration natin is pa-right din. At dahil pa-right yung movement ng object, ang opposite nun ay ang friction and ang REF, which is pa-left sila parehas. And makikita din natin dito yung weight mismo ng block and then ang normal force ng block, which is yung pataas. Summation of forces horizontal is equals to 0, right? Positive. So, pa-right ang ating tension. So, T cosine 25 degrees. Cosine kasi dikit siya sa horizontal. And then, minus friction, which is pa-left, kaya negative. Then, minus REF, dahil opposite siya, is then equal to 0. I-breakdown natin ang formula ng friction, which is mu times normal force. Ayan. So, ayan ang ating equation number 3. Summation of forces vertical equals to 0 upward positive. Negative T sine 25 degrees. Negative kasi pababa yung tension. Plus normal force kasi plus normal force kasi pataas, kaya positive, minus yung weight mismo nung big block, which is 30 kg times 9.81 meter per second squared equals to 0. Simplify natin, lipat natin sa kabila ang tension and weight. Ang nagiging normal force is equals to 294.3 plus T sine 25 degrees. Yun ay magiging equation 4 natin. Now, let's substitute equation 4 at equation 3. Yung nakuha natin equation ng normal force sa equation 4, ilagay natin sa equation 3. So, i-breakdown natin yung force sa equation number 3. So, di ba, mu times normal force yun. So, doon natin ilalagay yung normal force na equation number 4. So, T cosine 25 degrees minus mu times 294.3 plus T sine 25 degrees minus REF is equals to 0. Then, simplify lang natin. So, ang makukuha natin equation dito ng REF ng block B or ng big block is REF is equals to T cosine 25 degrees minus 441.45 minus 1.5 times T sine 25 degrees. And then, yung nakuhang REF equation sa small block and yung REF equation sa big block, i-equate natin yon. And then, i-simplify natin to get the tension. So, equate mo natin. So, 829.6563 minus T cosine 25 degrees minus 0.75 T sine 25 degrees is equals to negative 441.45 minus T sine 25 degrees times 1.5 plus T cosine 25 degrees. And then, simplify, plug in sa calculator, ang makukuha nating value ng tension ay 894.8678 Newton. Ayan, meron na tayong tension. Ayan, nakuha na natin yung value ng tension. So, pwede na nating substitute yung value nun sa mga REF equation kanina. Okay, para makuha natin ang REF ng bawat block o ng dalawang block. So, unahin muna natin yung REF ng small block. So, REF is equals to 829.6563 minus yung value ng tension, which is 894.8678 times cosine 25 degrees minus 0.75 times 894.8678 sine 25 degrees. And then plug in sa calculator, ang makukuha nating value ay REF is equals to negative 209.9627. Ayan, makikita nyo na negative yung nakuha natin na REF. Ibig sabihin lang nun is, di nag-accelerate yung block natin pa right. Yun pala ay pa left. Since hindi enough yung load na P para ma-move pa right, so mas mabigat pala ang load sa kabila, which is yung may tension. Kaya wag nyo i-assume na mali ang makukuhang negative na REF. Ayan. Then, proceed naman tayo sa REF ng big block. So, isa-substitute lang din natin yung value ng tension doon sa equation. So, REF ng block is equals to negative 1.5 times 849.8678 sine 25 degrees plus 894.8678 cosine 25 degrees minus 441.45. Makukuha nating value dyan ay 209.9627 Newton. Negative din siya, so ulitin ko lang, katulad ng explanation ko kanina, hindi yan mali. Ibig sabihin lang, yung direction na inassume natin kanina is iba pala yung doon sa totoong direction nun. Kasi inassume natin kanina na ang acceleration is pa right kasi may nakita tayong load na pa right. Yung pala, mas mataas ang load ng nasa left, so magiging mag-accelerate yun ng pa left. So ang REF and REF is opposite, diba, ng movement ng object. So magmo-move ang object ng pa left. And then ang REF kaya nag-negative, yung assumption natin na direction ng REF is pa left, pa right pala siya. So negative yung nakuha nating mga REF. Yun lang.
Good day guys, I am Rainier Angelo P. Banguardia and I'm here to discuss sample problem for dynamic equilibrium in translation, analysis of rigid bodies. So, the sample number 3 is the bus shown in the figure below is given a rightward acceleration of 12.2 feet per second squared and has a weight of 5,000 pounds. The sum of the frictional forces F1 and F2 under the wheels is 40 pounds. Find the values of normal force 1, normal force 2, and force P. So, this is our figure. And First, our acceleration is 12.8 feet per second squared. That's one of the givens. And our weight is 5,000 pounds. And the frictional force of F1 and F2 under the wheels is 40 pounds. So what we're going to find the values of N1, N2, and normal force P. So, ang hinahanap dito is yung force P, yan, and the normal force here, N1, and normal force 2, N2. So first, we're going to write the given, so we can answer it carefully. So now, I will be writing the givens. So we have a given acceleration. Acceleration A is equals to 12.8 feet per second squared. And our weight is 5,000 pounds. The weight is 5,000 pounds. And the frictional force F1 and F2 under the wheels is 40 pounds. That is F total is equals to 40 pounds. So, anong missing natin is itong normal force 1, normal force 2, and force P. So, mag-draw muna tayo ng FBD. Drawing natin yung FBD nitong victory bus natin para mas ma-identify natin kung paano natin siya isosolve and mas maging malinaw. Drawing natin. Pasensyahan nyo na yung drawing ko. Ito yung gulong. Yan. And ang ating normal, ang force P ay nandito. P, missing yan. Ang ating center. Tapos yung ating ref. Alam nyo naman ako anong ref kasi na-discuss yun dun sa introduction ng concept. The REF. Tama. And normal force 2, normal force 1, frictional force F1, frictional force 2. Drawing natin lahat para makita natin kung paano natin siya isosolve. Ito yung gitna. Ito yung weight. £5,000. And ang distance nito, kailangan natin yan, given. So ang distance is 8. Yan. Tapos ang center is from the gulong is 5. So now, meron tayong given. Meron pa pala dito. Itong height ng gulong. Height ng gulong is 3. Yan. Now, meron na tayong FBD and pwede na tayo mag-proceed sa solution natin. So now, I have rewrite the problem. Now, this is the givens. 12.8 feet per second squared and 5,000 pounds, 40 pounds. So the missing is N1, N2, and P. So I forgot to add that we have given direction of acceleration. The the gravity. That is equals to 32.2 feet per second squared. So magagamit natin yan para sa pagsosolve natin ng REF. So solving for REF, we're going to solve first REFs para kasi meron dalawa tayong missing na force. So first, because we have a given for REF, we're going to solve for REF. So solving for REF. So what is our formula? That it happened to got discussed by the concepts. Nandun yun, dun diniscuss yung REF. So REF is equals to weight over gravity times acceleration. So that's our formula for REF. So dahil nga meron tayong given na 12.8 feet per second squared, and 30 ang gravity natin is 32.2 feet per second squared. Kaya naging 32.2 feet per second squared dahil ito ay English. So now we're going to solve REF. So plug in natin yung mga itong mga given. Ito 5,000 all over this one, the gravity 32.2 feet per second squared times acceleration. You don't need to write this na. Times acceleration is this one, 12.8. So let's solve for REF. So guys, ilabas natin ang mga calculator natin para tayo ay makasabay. So now guys, let's continue. 5,000 all over 32.2 times 12.8. So ang sagot natin na yan is, kita ba, 1,987.58 round off. See, 1,987.58 pounds. So ayan, meron na tayong REF. Tapos lagi nyo palang tatandaan guys na ang ating REF ay salungat sa P, sa force P. Dahil siya yung negative, kumbaga, papunta dito sa kabila. Ang force P ay papunta doon sa same ng gravitation, ng acceleration direction. Yun yung ano natin, yung pagbibasa natin ng REF. So next naman is, dahil pwede na nating isolve ang force P kasi meron na tayong given REF, meron tayong given para sa frictional force, ang F1 at F2, pwede na tayong mag-solve ng force P. So let's say summation of horizontal, force horizontal is equals to 0 to the right is positive. So ayan guys, so ang assumption natin sa horizontal is to the right is positive. So lagi naman ganun talaga guys, laging usually nasa to the right ang positive, depende lang din talaga. So ngayon ang pag-i-input natin is, unahin natin tong P is to the right, P, force P is wala pa siya kasi siya yung hinahanap natin. Ang next natin, lagay natin REF minus REF kasi pa left, REF pa left siya, kaya negative REF. So ilagay muna natin yung mga ganito para mas madali nating maintindihan. So REF, tapos ang sunod natin yung frictional force, yung dalawang frictional force, pares may value yan. Ay halos isa lang ang value niyan. Pwede natin siyang ilagay na minus F1 plus F2 is equals to 0. Kasi yun lang naman ang ating di ba? Ang ating horizontal value. So, plug in na natin yung mga value nitong mga to. So, force P kasi siya ang hinahanap natin minus ang ating value ng REF is 1987.58. 1987.58 minus yung value ng frictional force, yung total force na 40 pounds. The value is 40 equals 0. So, pwede nating ma-solve to. Shift solve na natin to. Pwede na nating shift solve yan. Lagay na natin sa mga calcu natin yan, ha. Yan. So, now, let's solve for the force P. Alpha X minus 1987.58 minus 40. Chip solve. So yan ang ating sagot, 2027.58. 2027.58 pounds. Ayan, meron na tayong value ng force P para dito. Sagot natin sa force P. Ayan. So let's solve for N1 or N2. So ano nga bang pwede natin gawin dito? Kasi dalawa yung missing na up na vertical force. Isang N1, isang N2, tapos isa lang given nating 5 na weight na force is yung weight, yung 5,000 pounds. So what we need to do is pwede tayo mag-moment dito. Try natin mag-moment kasi di ba may makakancel doon? So pwede tayong mag-moment. So let's solve for moment. So assumption natin na dito ay yung moment arm nya, kunyari solve natin dito. Kunyari yan yung A natin, force A. Kasi pag nag-moment tayo dito, hindi na masasama yung force P na dito. Wait lang. Dito pala yun, guys. Tama, dito. So, ang distance dyan is 3. Hindi natin na ilagay kanina. So, pag nag-moment tayo dito, ang moment arm niya dito, etong N2 is di na siya masasama. Kasi nasa line of action siya, tsaka yung force P. Di na rin siya masasama. So, ilan na lang yung malalagay natin sa moment. Pwede na tayong mag-start mag-moment. So, moment from A is equals to 0. Clockwise is positive. So, start tayo. N1, missing kasi. Para mas madali nating laging nahanap. Para sa akin lang, dito natin mas maganda. Iuuna natin yung nawawala. So, N1, moment arm from here, yung distance nya horizontally 16. Tapos next is yung F1 and F2. Pwede na natin pag-isahin yan katulad lang ginawa natin dito sa horizontal. Bale, ang kukunin natin kasi horizontal siya, yung vertical na distance, which is yung 3. So pwede nating F1 plus F2 kasi positive siya clockwise, plus F1 plus F2. I-direct na lang natin para magkasya sa mag-direct na tayong solve. Ayan 40 times yung distance nya is yung 3. Next is meron na tayo nito. Next naman is itong ating weight. Kaso pag ganun siya, counterclockwise. Pag ganon. Kumbaga parang pag ganyan, no? Pag ganon yung ikot niya, hindi siya pag ganon. Imbis na clockwise, pag ganon siya. Pag ganon. So, ang ating weight is minus 5,000 pounds. 5,000 pounds times, ano ba ang moment, ang distance niya? Kasi vertical nga siya, di ba? So, edi 8 dito. Yung horizontal yung kunin natin. 8 lang ang distance niya. Yan. So, ang next naman natin is etong REF natin. So, REF, ang magiging value is ito, 1987.58. Ano rin siya, ang tawag dito, so ang REF natin is counterclockwise din. Pag ganun kasi siya, pag ginanon natin, ayan, pag ganun. So negative minus 1987.58. Anong distance niya? So 3 yung nandito natin, hindi possible 2 yung nandito, equals to 0. So pwede na natin siyang isolve for N1. O, labas nyo na ulit ng calcu nyo. So N1 x times 16 plus 40 times 3 minus 5,000 yung weight, 8 minus yung REF 1987.58 times 2. Pwede natin siyang i-shift solve para makuha natin sagot sa N1. So ito ang sagot natin sa N1, yung 2,740.95. 2,740.95 pounds. Meron na tayong N1. So malapit na nating solve lahat kasi meron na tayong force P, normal force 1, check, and normal force 2 na lang. So dahil meron na tayong isa na lang yung nawawala sa ating vertical, pwede na natin siyang i-substitute para sa vertical force. O, summation of vertical force to 0, upward is positive. So ano-ano nga ba yung mga forces natin? So unahin natin yung N2, 'di ba? Sabi ko kanina, mas para sa akin mas madali siyang makita na yun yung nawawala. So unahin natin yung N2. Upward positive plus ang ating N1 ito. N1 is 2,740.95 minus yung 5,000 pounds nating weight, yung pababa, downward, minus 5,000 plus 0. So pwede na natin ulit siyang i-shift solve. Ayan, makukuha na natin yung N2, diba? O, solve natin. So ayun, nakuha na natin 2,259.05. 2,259.05 pounds. Huwag niyong kakalimutan na maglagay ng unit kasi doon talaga tayo mahihirapan at mamamali. So guys, ito ang ating sample number 3.
So, good day everyone na nanonood ng video ito. So, we're gonna proceed with another problem under dynamic equilibrium translation. So, let's get it on. So, the problem states that a 50 kilogram crate is pulled along a horizontal floor by a force P acting at 30 degrees above the horizontal. The coefficient of kinetic friction between the crate and the floor is 0.20. If the crate moves with a constant velocity, determine the magnitude of the pulling force P. So, ano ba yung P na tinutukoy daw dyan ng pulling force? So, ito yun. Yan, yung arrow na naka-incline na yan. Ayan yung pulling force daw na kinakailangan para umusog yung 50 kilogram na crate. So, let's proceed now with the solution. Okay? So, ito tayo sa solution. So, ano ba ang una natin ginagawa pag nagsasolve tayo ng mga ganitong objects? So, syempre, kinukuha natin yung free body diagram nila. So, let's locate and identify yung mga needed na force that acts upon dun sa may sa may object natin, which is the crate. So, ito yung pababang arrow na to, nasa taas ng crate. Ito yung weight natin. So, familiar naman tayo dyan, diba? And then, next is ito namang pataas na to. Ito yung normal force N. Diba parang kaugnayan yan is yung frictional force na sa lungat nung force na hinahanap natin. So, ito yun siya. Ito diba? Yan. Ito yung frictional force. Okay. And then, ito naman yung P. Nabagit naman na natin ito, diba? Ito yung P. Ito yung hinahanap natin. So, etong weight, actually, yung 50 kilogram na given, mas yun eh. Like, kukunin pa natin yung weight. So, mamaya, ma-identify natin yan. Pero, relevant din naman to, syempre. Para makuha yung pero yun yan. Yan, yung 50 kilogram na yan. Mas yan. Okay. So, let's identify na yung mga given natin. Okay. So, back tayo sa problem. So, ano daw yung mga given natin dito? Okay, a 50 kilogram crate. So, sabi nga natin, diba, yung 50 kilogram na yun is not yung weight niya, but yung mass niya. So, lagyan natin, mass is equals to 50 kg. So, ano pa? Yung coefficient of kinetic friction natin, which is 0.20. So, wala akong 0.20. Ano pang next? So, may nabanggit dito. Pakita natin. Taas tayo sa problem ulit. Ayan. Sabi dyan, the crate moves with a constant velocity. So, ano ba ibig sabihin pag may constant velocity yung isang ganyan? Ibig sabihin, constant velocity is equals to 0 acceleration. So, ilagay natin sa problem natin na the given acceleration is 0 due to its constant velocity. Okay, ilagay natin. Acceleration is equals to 0. Pero may isa pa naman tayong given. Yung gravitational force, which is gravity. Yung 9.81 meter per second squared. No? Okay. Ano pa next? Velocity daw, constant. So, sige, hindi na natin ilalagay yun since nilagay naman na natin na yung acceleration is 0. Okay. So, okay, let's go on now with the problem solving. So, sabi dito, yung R REF is equals to summation of forces equals ME. Yan. So, wait lang. Nakalimutan pala natin ilagay yung weight sa given natin. So, sige. Lagay din natin. So, paano ba i-compute ulit yung weight? Weight is equals to mass times gravity. So, it's equals to 50 times 9.81. So, i-solve natin siya. 50 times 9.81 is equals to 490.50. 490.50. Okay. Newton. Nalata natin yung unit. So, i-solve natin yung REF na to. So, REF is equals to mass times acceleration. So, sabi natin diba kanina, yung acceleration natin is 0. Tapos yung mass natin is 50 kg, which is given naman, diba? So, times 0. So, ang REF natin is equals sa 0. Kasi nga in equilibrium tayo, diba? Sabi. So, ano tayo? Ano na next na isa-solve natin? Nakuha natin na yung REF is equals to 0. So, saan tayo? Mag-start siguro tayo with summation of forces along Y, no? Okay. Summation of forces along Y is equals to 0. So, ano ba mga given natin? Vertical Y. So, nandito yung normal force natin na N. No? Nandito din yung weight natin, which is downward, which is ano nga ulit yun? 490.50. Okay, sulat natin. $490.50. Oh my gosh. Okay, ulitin natin siya. 490.50. Okay, i-type na lang natin para mas maganda siya tignan. Barayin ko lang to Okay. So, N minus, lakayan ko. N minus 490, yung weight natin, 0.50, pababa. Ano pang next? Okay, yung yung force P na hinahanap natin. So, nasa horizontal yung nakadikit yung angle, diba? So, ito siya, cosine. So, pataas plus P cosine 30 degrees equals 0 natin. Okay. So, solve siya natin, no? So, n plus, ayun yung cosine 30 natin is cosine. Sine pala to rather, sorry. Kasi nga, di ba, vertical yung hinahanap natin. So, sine 30 degrees is equals to 0.5 p. 0.5 p. Tapos, yung i-equals na natin siya sa 490.50. So, para makuha talaga natin yung n, gawin na lang natin siyang n is equals to 490.50 minus 0.5p. Okay, equation 1 to, no? Okay, lagyan natin siya, equation 1. Equation 1. Oh my gosh. Okay, equation 1 to. Okay, pangit lang siya, pero yun. Next na gagawin natin. Anong next na gagawin natin? Siguro makuha natin yung frictional force, no? Okay, dito natin lagay. So, FF, nasa na tayo? Dito, sub tayo. Wala, mali, wait lang. Check tayo dito. So, FF, F na lang. Para mas neat yung mag-isulat natin. F, kaya natin. Pero naman malaki. F is equals to, so paano ba natin makuha yung F na yan? Diba sabi doon, mu, okay, sorry, wala akong mu times the normal force. So, F is equals to, ano bang mu natin? 0.20. Ano ang n natin? Base dito sa nakalagay na to. 490.50 minus 0.5p. Okay. So, actually, pwede naman natin yan siyang, ayan na yung equation 2, pero is-simplify pa natin siya. Okay? So, F is equals to 98.1 minus, okay, 0.1p. Okay, ito na yung equation number 2 natin na nakuha, no? Kapag i-equate, so lagyan natin ng label. Ito yan. Okay, so anong next natin na gagawin? Pwede na tayo mag-horizontal forces, no? Okay, let's go with that. So, horizontal forces. Dito tayo sa baba ng summation of vertical forces. Okay. So, mag-draw tayo dito ng horizontal, summation of horizontal forces rather. Okay. Summation of forces along x is equals to 0. So, anong mga forces along 0 natin? Yung P natin, no? P cosine 30 degrees. So, paano siya? Pa-right. So, positive. Okay, type natin. Wait lang guys. P natin. Cosine 30 degrees. Ayan, sugisog natin para makitang-kita. Ay, P cosine 30 degrees. Ano pa? Yung frictional force natin na F, no? So, tingnan natin. Pa-left siya, di ba? Kasi nga opposing force siya, no force P. So, minus F. Yun lang, di ba? Equals 0. Ay. Equals 0. So, mag-substitute tayo kasi pwede naman yun natin gawin ng substitution. So, kasi kanina nag-substitution din tayo, diba, pagkuha ng F. So, ganun din gawin natin pagkuha ng P. Okay, so, P. Anong cosine 30 degrees? 8 cosine 30 degrees is equals to 0.8660. 0.8660 minus yung F natin. Anong F natin ulit? 98.1 98.1 minus 0.1 P. Actually, makukuha na natin yung andito eh. Yung P natin eh. Kasi diba, nakalimutan natin yung P dito. Kasi isang ano na lang yung hinahanap. Which is yung P na lang, diba? Kasi nga, next substitution tayo. I-simplify pa natin siya. So, 0.8660 P rather magiging plus siya kasi times na yun, no? Minus and negative positive 0.1 P is equals, so dahil negative na siya, i-transpose na natin yung 98.1 para maging positive. Next. Okay, pag-plus na natin, total, pares din naman niyang may P na. So, magiging siya. 0.96. 9660 P is equals to 98.1. Actually, pwede na i-solve eh. Pwede na siya i-solve sa calculator. Shift solve pwede, pero ano na lang yan eh, 98.1 over 0.9660. So, i-calculator natin para makuha na natin yung P. 0.9660 98.1 over 0.9660 is equals to, so dapat ang kalalabasan dyan ay 101.55. So, i-finalize natin yung final answer P natin. Okay. Lagay natin final answer. Final answer. So, ang final answer natin, just like we said, ay P. Okay. P is equals to, kaya natin para kita, 101.55. Anong unit niya? Newton, no? Okay. Ayan yung final answer natin. box natin siya para kita ng lahat kung ano naging final answer natin. Natakpan siya. Okay, ayusin natin. Ayan. Yan. Ayan na yung final answer natin. So, let's look back. Okay, a moment. Let's look back dito sa FBD niya. No? So, dito daw pala, kinakailangan sa pinayan, tingnan natin, delete natin, i-erase natin to. No? So, sabi pala dyan, kinakailangan ng P which is equals to 101 ay, mali. 101.55 Newton para nakailangan ng 101.55 Newton para mapagalaw in constant acceleration, constant velocity itong 50 kilogram na crate natin. So dahil constant velocity yung crate natin, yung resultant external force, which is yung ito yung kinompute natin kanina, equal siya sa 0. Hence, the crate, ma-justify natin that the crate is 100% dynamic equilibrium of translation. So, yun lang po. Thank you!
So, okay guys, let's proceed to sample problem 5. By the way, I am Karil P. Barangkit. So, we have here two blocks A and B are released from rest on a 300 inclined plane when they are 15 meters apart. Sabi dito is compute the elapsed time until the block touch. So, may inclined plane tayo na 30 degrees. And we have here block A and B. A yung nasa taas, B yung nasa baba. Then may agwat sila na 15 meters. Pero hindi sila parehas. Si block A has a coefficient of friction niya 0.20 lang, while yung B is 0.40. So, mas sticky si block B. Question: kung pareho silang binitawan from rest, after ilang seconds, magtatamaan si block A and B. So, yun yung need natin sagutan or i-compute. So, una sa lahat, hindi tayo pwedeng diretso kinematics kasi hindi pa natin alam kung gaano kabilis nag-move downward o bumaba si block A at si B. So, we have a rule sa dynamics, yung F equals MA natin, the F equals ma. Pero since inclined plane to, gagamit tayo ng FBD or free body diagram per block. So, let's solve for block A, which has a coefficient friction of 0.20. Unahin natin si A kasi siya yung mas mabilis. So, step 1, summation at y-axis is equals to 0. Why? Because wala namang galaw na paakyat, baba sa incline. So, therefore, yung NA natin is equals to W cosine 30 degrees. So, normal force lang. So, ang mangyayari, yung friction ni A is equals to coefficient friction times the normal force of A. So, substitute mo lang. So, 0.20 times W cosine 30 degrees. Ang lalabas na sagot ay 0.17 W. Next natin. Yan. Ang lumabas is 0.17. So, ang sabi dito, anong hatak pababa? So, si W sin 30 degrees, anong pumipigil? Yung friction. Yung friction natin yung pumipigil. So, W sin 30 degrees, lang. So, ayun. The W sin 30 degrees minus yung friction at A is equals to W over the gravitational force 9.81 times the acceleration at A. Substitute lang, magiging 0.5 minus 0.17. Yan. So, we can be cancelled out from the equation. So, no, W can be cancelled out from the equation. So, cancel W. Important ito kasi kahit hindi mo alam yung mass or weight, masasagutan pa rin natin. So, yun. 0.33 is equals to acceleration at A over 9.81. So, ang makukuha nating acceleration at A is equals to 3.24 meter per second squared pababa, downward. So, si A, mabilis, 3.24 per second squared, yung bilis na dagdag niya. So, let's proceed to block B, na merong coefficient force na 0.40. So, same lang kay B, pero mas malaki yung friction niya kaysa kay A. Kaya, mas mabagal siya kaysa sa A. So, friction B is equals to 0.40 times yung W cosine 30 degrees and nag-i-equal siya sa 0.35 W. So, next. Yan. So, 0.40 times W cosine 30 degrees equals 0.35 W. Ganun lang ulit, substitute. And ang makukuha nating acceleration at A is equals to 1.47 meters per second squared downward din. Kasi pareha lang naman sila ng direction. So, C, mas mabagal si B kasi mas malakas yung pumipigil na friction niya. Kaya, realistic na pahabulin siya ni A. Sana all. So, next. So, dito na tayo sa pinaka-main point para makuha natin yung time until they touch each other. So, we will be using a kinematics equation here na. So, ngayon, may acceleration na tayo both for block A and B. Time na para sa motion. So, we will be using the KE equation na S equals to initial velocity times T plus 1/2 AT squared. So, pareha silang at rest. So, yung initial velocity natin is equals to 0. Kaya ang mangyayari, wala na tayong initial velocity. So, for A, kailangan niya takbuhin yung distance ni B. So, i-add natin yung 15 meters na lamang ni B sa starting nilang dalawa. So, SA is equals to 1/2 times the acceleration at A. Wait lang. Mas natin para makita nyo. So, yung SA is equals to 3.24 T squared is equals to 1.62 T squared. ito yung equation, ay magiging equation mo natin. And yung B naman, substitute, nakuha natin is 0.7480 squared, which is the equation 2. So, combine natin sila. Ilagay natin yung equation, substitute equation 2 in equation 1. Yan. So, substitute lang. So, ang magiging sagot natin is 4.13 seconds. So, may tatlong bagay lang tayong need tandaan here. Una is yung FDD plus friction para makuha natin yung acceleration ng bawat block. Next is yung cancel si W kasi hindi naman natin ng actual weight here sa ating problem na to. Then yung last is yung kinematics with gap, which is yung CA is equals to SB plus 15. So, CB is equals to SB lang. So, yun na yun. Mas mabilis equals mas maliit na friction.
Hello guys, my name is Sean Alexander DJ Mata, and this will be the sample problem number 6 of the topic Dynamic Equilibrium in Translation, Analysis as a Rigid Body. So, una is basahin muna natin ang problem para malaman natin kung ano yung given and ano yung mga hahanapin. A motorcycle and its rider have a combined mass of 250 kilograms. Their collective center of gravity, which means G, is located 0.8 meter directly above the ground. The horizontal distance from G to the rear wheel is 0.9 meters, and the horizontal distance from G to the front wheel B is 0.6 meters, making the total wheelbase 1.5. The motorcycle starts from the rest and accelerates forward uniformly at 3 meters per second squared. Assume the rear wheel provide the driving frictional force and there is no slipping. Neglect the mass and rotation of the wheel for this specific rigid body analysis. The normal reaction force of the rear wheel. Find the normal reaction force of the front wheel. So, the given in this question is total mass daw ng combined rider and its motorcycle is 250 kilograms to. Tapos, center of gravity on point G is 8 meters, so above the ground. This distance ng center of gravity papunta sa rear wheel A is 0.9. Tapos sa front wheel base naman is 0.6. The acceleration motor is 3 meter per second squared. So, ang sabi rito sa problem na rear wheel ang bigay ng driving force at wala raw sleeping or pag-blast. So, ang hanapin natin is the rear wheel normal force at saka front wheel normal force. So next step natin is free body diagram. Kung nakita nyo naman, naka na siya. So, ito yung center gravity. So, REF or initial force nag-lag. Hindi ko pala nasulat. Ito yung acceleration. A. Tapos, syempre, kapag acceleration, laging may REF or initial force. Tapos, so 0.8 meters from ground from 2 to center gravity. Tapos normal force at A to normal center gravity is 0.09. Ano lang sinabi doon. Yan. Ito na pinaka-ano niya, free-body diagram. Kaya pwede natin siya sagutan. Una is REF. Hanapin natin. Kasi since may acceleration, kaya natin kunin ng REF. So, REF is equal to mass over A. Oh, sorry. Mass times A pala. Yan. So, REF is equal to mass na 250 times 3 meters per second squared. So, REF is equal to 750 Newton. So, itong force na to, o itong humahatak na to, is 750 yan. Save natin yan. Yan, save natin. So, dahil may REF na tayo, pwede na tayong mag-solve ngayon ng mga forces nito. Kasi, nakuha na natin yan. Now, solve na tayo. Since walang vertical acceleration, so, the sum of vertical force is equal to 0. Dahil wala vertical acceleration, is the summation of forces in y is equal to 0. So, meaning yan, ang makukuha natin dito is itong NA, W, and itong NB, or normal force at A, normal force at B. So, NA, so, positive, yan. So, upward positive tayo. NA minus W, or weight, minus NB is equal to 0. So, ang weight natin is weight is equal to mass times gravity. Bilisan solve na tayo. 250 times 9.81 is equal to 2452.5 Newton. So, pwede natin lagay dito si W. NA minus 2452.5 minus NB equal to 0. Tapos pwede na siya ito natin. NB sorry. Positive pala to since upward. NB ito positive to is equal to 2452.5. Yan. So, ito ang magiging equation 1 natin. And equation number 1. So, next step natin is moment. Tayo magmo-moment. So, kuha tayo ng moment at point A. Dito tayo kukuha. Yan. Tayo kukuha. Bakit point A? So, pwede naman point B din. Pero, feel ko mas madaling kumuha ng mawaan dito. So, A tayo. So, dito na tayo mag-solve para kita natin. So, summation moment at A is equal to 0. And counterclockwise positive. So, ang una natin reaction is NB. And ito. NB times itong ano niya, itong distance which is 50. Ay, 1.5 pala. Sorry, may bad. Ito siya sulat na. Tapos width naman niya, minus kasi ito, clockwise siya. Clockwise kasi pababa. So, it's width times 0.9 meters. Tapos, yun lang. So, yung ano pa pala, itong REF. So, dahil ano siya, dahil pag ganito siya, giging counterclockwise, so positive. REF. So, times, ano niya, which is 0.08 meters. Equals to 0. Yan, nakuha na natin. Tag na natin ang mga value nito. So, NB natin, wala pa yan. So, 1.5 minus ang ating weight ito, which is 2452.5 times 0.9 meters. Plus, REF, ang REF natin ay 750 times 0.8. Naubusan na tayo ng solve na natin. NB is 1.5. Tapos, minus 1607.25. Yan, equals to 0. Ito, nakopit natin yan. Ito naman, pwede natin ito ulit lipat. 1.5 NB equal to 1607.25. Yan. So, na-move natin yung constant, tapos naging positive siya. So, divide natin ito sa 1.5 para matanggal ng 1.5 yung NB natin. 1.5. So, giging equals na. So, NB is equal to 1071.5 Newton. Yan. So, yan ang front wheel reaction natin. Yung normal reaction. Normal force reaction ka lang ng front wheel natin. So, solve na natin yung rear wheel. So, balik tayo sa equation 1. Ito. Yan. Dahil may NB na tayo, itatag na lang natin dito siya. So, NA plus yung value ng NB, which is 1071.5 is equal to 2452.5. Yan, natagyan natin. So, substitute natin yan. Pagkatapos nun, ito, ilipat ulit natin siya dito. NA is equal to 2452.5. So, kaya natin nailipat to para makuha natin yung NA. So, dahil nailipat natin, magiging negative siya. 1071.5. Ito, subtract natin. And NA will be 1381 Newton. Yan. Ito ang normal force niya. Yan. Yan. So, nakuha natin yan. Pero, ano nga bang ibig sabihin nito? So, compare natin. So, ang rear wheel is 1381 or 1381 Newton. And ang front wheel naman is 1071.5 or 72. Hindi ko pala So, mas malaki yung load sa likod. Bakit nga ba mas malaki yon? Habang umaandar ng motor, yung REF sa taas ng center of gravity ay gumagawa ng rotation effect or nagtatransfer yung load papunta sa rear wheel. So, ito, parang nag-rotation. Ito is parang rotation na, yan. Parang iikot yan. Yan. Nagtatransfer yung load papunta sa rear wheel. So, anong reason nun? Bakit gumagano? So, bababa yung likod, tapos ito naman parang aangat. Kaya kapag, di ba, pag bigla mo binilisan yung takbo sa motor, is parang aangat to, at ito naman, biglang bumababa. So, ganun yung principle nun. Tapos, yun, di ba, gumagaan tong harap. So, di kapag naman sobrang acceleration, sabihin natin, bigla mo piniga, mabilis. Ito naman, maglilip na siya, magkokos na siya ng wheelie, or magta-turn na siya dito. Kumbaga, tataob siya kapag nasobrahan. So, yun ang complete solution ng accelerating motorcycle. So, ang pinaka-importanting concept dito is yung draw FBD correctly, like this. Apply force equilibrium, to apply moment equilibrium, ito, and understand weight transfer due to acceleration. So, yun yun, yung paglundo nga dito yun. So, kung nakatulong to, thank you po. So, pwede nyo ulitin yung competition para masanay. Thank you for watching.